Hey guys, it's Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, Jacqueline Richardson, whatever y'all call me. I just wanted to touch base with y'all on something that I've realized recently. Um, you got all these people out here talking about how many dreams they have and the things that they want to do. And when they get that opportunity, they just don't do what they're supposed to do. And this is one of the reasons why some of the biggest stars are called in to handle certain things because they know they're going to do it, or they might take on the job and they may not. That's just what it is. You know, I'm kind of pissed off right now because I was following Meek Mill with Reform for a long, long time, and I had a friend that talked about his dream of doing pretty much what Meek Mill was doing with Reform. And he did not understand the process of how this thing goes, working with different companies to not only gain the knowledge, but to move up the ladder in success with what your dream is and what you're trying to do. Everything is a process. Just like with myself. I'm going to use myself for instance. When I first started Private Friend Incorporated, I started Private Friend Incorporated pretty much on the ground, okay, with stars liking it, okay, by them seeing it and saying, hey, this is something that, can work. It needs to be seen, you know. However, excuse me, I'm a little tired, y'all. I've been working all day. And they helped me push the nonprofit. I had a person ask me the other day. I went to visit some people from the radio station. They was out, and I went and show them some love. So they was asking me like what my nonprofit does, and I told them that we were community. Now, anybody that know anything about nonprofits know when you say community, it means that you work in the community, okay? Meaning you work with the people. So she asked me again, well, what does your nonprofit do? And I said it again, community. We deal with the kids, we deal with the elderly, we deal with the people in the community. If they need something, if they need food, clothes, whatever the case may be, we try to help them. That's what community means. But she didn't know that. So that tells me that she really doesn't deal with many nonprofits. It just tells me she only sees the ones that's in the stars. Okay, but you're not looking at the little guy that's on the ground putting in the hard work. Okay, to get to the stars. Okay, and this is what people miss. Okay, they think that you start this business, you go to sleep and you wake up and you're in the stars. It does not work that way. Everything is a process. People have to see you work first before they choose you. It's a chosen thing. Okay? And that's what people have to recognize, And based on how you do things, it's how people choose you. Okay? Now, a company wrote me today called Just Us. They're going to start a campaign tomorrow. And they said to me, can I help? Can I help via social media, email blasts, whatever the case may be, because we need to get this word out. And I saw the opportunity for my friend that said his dream was to help the people that was incarcerated. However, he doesn't want the opportunity. And I'm saying to myself, like, okay, you don't know when this opportunity is going to present itself again, so you need to jump on it now. Okay? Now, unfortunately, myself, I'm doing so much. I have my hands in so much right now. I'm trying to build Diamond Way. I actually put the music down, and I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I still have the nonprofit. I work. and I go to school. Okay, I'm only one person. I can't do it all, but I could assist people. However, they liked what they see, how I market, what I do, so I was chosen. However, I said I was going to refer them to this other person because they are into that type of thing. I'm into it too, but from the outside perspective, the being a family member of an inmate. Which is two different perspectives. As y'all know, my daughter's incarcerated, and she may call and say certain things are going on, and I get right on it. You know what I mean? I get on the phones. I go to LinkedIn. I get the warden's emails, and I start writing. They hear from me. They know my name. You know what I mean? So I say that to say, I don't know if they know, this company knows that I'm big into writing the wardens and different things like that. That's why I was chosen. However, I just don't have the time right now. Timing is everything. I have a deadline to finish school, and I'm behind on that. I have a deadline with my products, and I always put myself on a deadline so that way I can focus and stay focused, But getting back to what I was saying, this is why they don't choose a lot of the little guys, because they're not reliable. Okay? Now, it would have been wrong for me to see this email from this person saying, hey, I would like you to help us, or whatever the case may be, and I didn't respond. And I didn't say, hey, I can help a little, but not much, which I did. I responded to them not only via email, phone, and via social media. So that way they know, yeah, I got your email. And I would try to do what I can to support you guys. However, I can't be 100% because I'm not just sitting home flicking through social media. Okay, I'm just good at what I do. I take time out to do my music, social media, clean the house, take care of the kid, do all of these things. But I had to cut some of these things out of my life in order for me to move forward with certain things. And y'all all know, I just got my trademark. I'm pushing my business on the ground very hard, So I just can't take on no full project right now, okay, with no company. And that's just what it is. It's not that, they was thinking, oh, well, she's off of social media, so she must be broke. She don't have money to market this and that. No, ain't none of that got anything to do with it. I'm in school and I have to focus because I pay for this, okay? This school is not free, okay? So I have to focus. I need to pass it, in other words. But for those that always say, why them and not us? That's why. Okay, and I'm just going to be honest with y'all and give it to you straight. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people love me, because they know I'm going to give it to them straight and I'm going to tell them the truth. That is why, because in actuality, people say they have these dreams and they really don't. Okay? And then they're chosen and then they just overlook it like, oh, well, I don't give a damn. But then that makes you look bad, okay, in the long run. So when somebody do see you doing something and they say, okay, well, they seem to be okay. But I remember back when they didn't even take the opportunity that was presented to them, okay? So I say that to say that's why the saying that they have, why them and not us, has been presented, okay? Because the bigger companies and bigger stars, they stand for what they say they stand for, okay? and give the love and support to what they say they stand for. Okay? And that's just what it is. You know, some of these people out here, they have fear. You know, it's a bunch of different reasons why people don't take on these opportunities like they should, or even, you know, I had someone tell me that the stuff that we are doing is nonsense, but we're doing things to change the world. But because they see it from their view and not our view, they don't get it. You know, so it's just funny to me, and I just wanted to bring that to the table. And talk about it. And y'all need to talk about it as well. Some of the biggest stars need to talk about it. You know, why y'all and not them. You know, just like with myself. You know, y'all might have seen me put on social media. I get called for shows all the time. Okay, on the regular basis. Okay. However, I'm caught in a situation where I can't go running from state to state, here to there, because I have a child that's in school. Okay? And my child's education is more important to me than anything. Her education, her well-being, her stability, all that is very important to me because that's how I was brought up. So I'm not going to just leave my child behind. Like I have a friend from New York that came down. I didn't know her in New York, but I met her here and we had people in common that we knew. And she said to me, she was like, well, you know, if you want to go, say, to New York and do the show or whatever and come back, I'll watch your daughter. And I said to myself, like, you know, I thank you for, you know, that opportunity. But what kind of mother would I be to leave my child behind and I'm 700 miles away? Okay? What kind of mother would I be? It's not right. You know? So sometimes you got to sit stuff down and sit things out until the right time. Everything is timing. Like Funk Flex Show, they kept calling me, messaging me. Oh, we want you to come up and do a show on the Flex Show. We want you to do a freestyle, this and that. And I kept writing them back. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. But I gave them that. Okay, I told them. Okay, no matter what they even though when I said I can't come, my daughter's in school. They say, okay, well, we'll pay for your plane ticket. You paying for my plane ticket has nothing to do with me coming there because my daughter is the key. She's the problem right now. I have to be here for my child. That's the bottom line. Now, unless you paying me enough money for me to get a nanny, put my daughter back in homeschool, somebody there to watch my child during the day, during the evening hours, when I'm supposed to be doing a show or whatever the case may be, then yeah, I'm all for it. But if you're not funding me enough to make sure that my daughter is in a stable environment with someone that's going to care for her if needed, I can't do it. And that's just the bottom line. But I let them know that. So they know. Well, if you're gonna hit Miss JJ up for anything, it's got to be during the summer months because she got her daughter and she's in school. And the way I want them to do it is book us both. Because me and her have songs together. Book us both during the summer months. Summer events. Daytime shows. But I'm not turning down the opportunity by ignoring it. That's why they choose certain people. You have to respond to these people. Even if you got the email or the text late, you have to respond and let them know what's going on. Honesty is always the best key. You can't just ignore people. It's like when I write these corporate companies about my products. Sometimes I'll get an email back. Well, you might need this, you need that, you need this. Or I might get a letter in the mail. I'm going to use Macy's for instance. When I first presented my shoes, I wrote Macy's. Macy's sent me back a letter. Titled to me. Saying what I needed to do. To get my shoes inside of their stores. And my line. That's the way it works, people. Okay? That's just the way it works. It's a process. Everything is a process, and you have to trust the process. Now, if you're not willing, I had to tell someone yesterday, that I work with. I asked them if they got their business license yet, and they said no. I'm working on it, but it was always some issues. And I laughed and I said, yeah, I know, because that's like my life. I'm always going through something. But they say, well, how did she get through getting a trademark? How did she get through getting her LLC? How did she get through getting all of these things? Because I sacrificed. There was days when I wanted to go out and buy them $150 sneakers. And I said, no, I'm putting this money towards my business. You have to invest in what you want. And if you don't invest the time and the money, it's never going to happen. And that's just the bottom line. Okay? It's never going to happen. There's many a day I sat up here in this bed, okay, working for free. It was for myself for 10 to 12 hours, learning what I needed to do to start my process. It's all a learning experience. And you learn as you go. Just like the TikTok I did with the 50 Cent saying how you learn, this stuff doesn't come. What did he say? I've forgotten. I did the damn TikTok or Instagram, a reel. He says, this stuff doesn't come. I can't remember. But what he was trying to say is, you have to learn as you go. This is the way it is. This is the way it works. If you want to get to the big bucks. People think that you go to sleep and wake up and you got the big buck. No, people, they don't see, like, I had to tell somebody the other day. I'm going to use Rihanna for instance. And I think I said this before and I told a couple of people, we didn't get to see the rough road of Rihanna building Fenty. All we got to see was she built it, it started progressing, she made $1 billion. The company made $1 billion. Because there's a difference. Okay? But we didn't see the rough roads in between. So we assume she went to sleep and woke up and had Fenty. No, it was a process. Just like with anything. Just like my company get big, which it will. Y'all didn't see me sit here for 12, sometimes 18 hours working towards this business. Y'all didn't see me sacrifice and have to buy, instead of buying $150 shoes, have to buy $20 shoes to place it because I still had a image to hold online for my music. Y'all didn't get to see that part. But now that it's done, now I can go and buy the things that I like to buy. But I had to sacrifice for that moment, for that business. That's the part y'all didn't see. That I had to be looked down upon because I didn't have everything that everybody else has. But now I have something bigger than what everybody else has because I sacrificed. That's the way it works. You have to trust the process. If you have a dream, you have to start working on it and trust the process. And then you can't just wake up and think that you're going to jump on somebody else's bandwagon after they put in the hard work. Granted, some of them do it and think it's okay, and it's really not. Sweat, blood, and tears. And then now here you come and you want to jump on my bandwagon after I've been through all of this pain, and now you want to latch on to my pain. No. Give them your pain. What you've been through. That's the way it works. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there so people can get understanding of how this thing works. You know? Because they're not understanding. And they looking at you like you crazy. But in actuality, they're really crazy because they had in their mind a dream that they really didn't believe in. And that's what it all boils down to. You got to really, let me tell y'all something. Whether y'all know it or not, Diamond Way is my first love right now. I love nothing other than God. I'm sorry, because I love God first. But after God, Diamond Way is my everything. I use Diamond Way every single day of my life. Every day. I market it every day. I use it every day. I say it every day. Every day. It's the Diamond Way, Miss JJ Diamond. Some way, somehow. That's how much I'm in love with my dream. That's why my dream is manifesting itself. Not because I spoke it to the universe. It's because I put the work in. And I believe in it. And that's what y'all have to do. You have to believe in your dream. You have to believe in it. I used to tell a friend of mine, they would get on and watch the TV, pull up all these mansions and look at all these pretty mansions. And I would laugh and I'm like, okay, well, you're looking at all these mansions and looking at the prices and stuff. Where you going to get the money from? And then they look at me. What's the purpose of looking at the prices and looking at the homes just to say, oh, I wish I could live there. But you can. If you have the right dream and you fight for it. Your life is, your destiny is your life. You have to build your destiny. You have to have strong people with you. and build your destiny. And if they're not strong, you have to get rid of them and do it by yourself until you can build a team that believes. Because they've seen how far you came with it. That's the way it works. But they always see you at the top, and it's like, well, how did you get there? I didn't wake up and just got here. Just like me always say, he tells them constantly. He says it at least once a month on his Twitter. I've been at this thing. He said it took me 13 years to get to where I wanted to be. 13 years. Hard sweat, blood and tears. But y'all didn't see the 13 years. Y'all just woke up and heard about this new rapper that was down with Maybach Music, that was rocking with T.I. This is why they do the stories, the biographies, because they want y'all to know everything they went through. The hard sweat and tears. It doesn't mean your dream, it's not going to mean anything if you don't go through pain with it. Because you have to have a story to tell. Where you started. Just like when I started working at Frito-Lay. We had to go to orientation. And I thought orientation, the first day of orientation was going to be like a signing up our forms for W-2s and all of that stuff, which we did do that, but I think that was the second day. That first day, they taught us all about Mr. Lay and how Frito and Mr. Lay came together and made Frito-Lay. That was our first day of orientation. We needed to know how he started at the bottom. Before you go out there to push my chips. I mean, even though he's dead now, but before anyone goes out there and push those chips, they need to know the bottom story. And I was so amazed because I was like, wow, that's how it was created. I buy these chips all the time. That's what I was saying to myself. And that's how this business was created. Wow. Whoa. It became really deep to me then. I respected it more. I honored working for this company and wearing that brand on my shirts. And some people say, oh, Jackie, you work too hard. What? No, I do my job and I do it with prestige because of what this company stood for coming up. Because that was the first thing I had to learn before they put me out there and put that shirt on me. They wanted me to understand what I was going to be doing when I get out there and what I stood for with that brand on my shirt. But see, the regular people, and when I say regular people, meaning like people that's never worked for Fortune 500 companies, wouldn't understand this mindset. They wouldn't understand because they never watched a company or worked for companies that actually express the bottom half of building that foundation. And this is why a lot of people don't respect certain companies because they don't know the bottom half of what they had to go through to build that company. And that's why I respect Frito-Lay and will continue to respect them. Even though they used to get on my nerves sometimes, but it is what it is. I got on their nerves too. But they made sure before I put that logo on my chest that I knew everything about the name that I was out there marketing every single day of my life. That's all I wanted to throw out there. Just as if you're listening, I'm referring y'all right now to Meek Mills. He's big into the reform. He's been working with the reform for many years and has been very, very successful. So I have tagged him in a post to see if he can help you guys because he's already out there in that field. I can help y'all to a certain extent. I do know some things. I'm the family side, I get my insight from on this side of not being an inmate. So, like I was saying, I'm quick to write the jails, about my peoples. I stay well alert about what's going on and trying to find out about my peoples. They're not perfect. If they was, they wouldn't be in there. However, it doesn't stop me from loving them, but not every family member is the same. And some of the people that's in there, they don't have family. Well, they do have family, but their family just don't care or can't afford to be there for them mentally and physically to help support them, And I've been through a lot of my family members going in, and visiting them. And my ex-husband, he was a criminal, and he was in jail for a long time, and I had to do a 3-year bid every weekend, going to visit him Saturday and Sunday. I've been through some things on my side, but physically being in there, I don't know. I can't really talk about that. Now, I could write my daughter and find out because she's been doing this bid for 5 years now throughout this COVID. And she did give me some stories of what was going on in there, but they took care of her well. They even got her vaccinated, she never caught the COVID, because where she was located, Bedford Hills was very concerned about other people catching the COVID. So if someone caught the COVID, they quarantined them right away. They quarantined the other inmates that didn't have COVID. They made sure they quarantined them, so they made sure that it didn't spread at Bedford Hills. Now, what's going on at the other jails, I couldn't tell y'all because I'm not there and I didn't have no insight on what was going on. But I can definitely write my daughter. I will do that tonight and try to get some type of insight on what they were doing with the people that was coming in with COVID and, how they treated them and what they did, Like I said, my daughter did tell me some things. She had told me one of the girls in the kitchen had caught the COVID. So they moved them all out and switched up everybody. And, I guess did a cleaning or whatever the case may be. And switched up dorms and everything. They was doing a lot of that. But I don't know what was going on, like I said, in other jails. But I will ask her if she has any information regarding it. So that way we'll have something to move on and to market and talk about. Only thing I personally didn't like during the COVID time, I tried to send my daughter some healthy stuff, like turmeric. I tried to send her some apple cider vinegar and turmeric. We all know that turmeric keeps the inflammation out of the body. And COVID turns into pneumonia, which is fluid that builds up from inflammation in the body. That's how they catch pneumonia. That's the process. So I was trying to get her some apple cider vinegar and turmeric so that way she won't, if she did catch the COVID, that it wouldn't be that bad because she had something to help her release that inflammation and they wouldn't let her have it. So yeah, I did feel some kind of way about that. I did write to jail about it. They responded. They told me to write some other people. However, by that point, she told me that she had got vaccinated. So I just pretty much left it alone. As long as she was vaccinated and she knew I told her what to do and what to try to eat from inside the jail to help her, and, they stay knowledgeable to who she's around. I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired. And she was okay. So I'm thankful for that, But that's the only beef I had with my family members. Granted, I've seen posts, I've seen videos, I've seen pictures of people that had COVID and they were really, really sick and nobody was helping them. So yeah, I understand what Just Us is trying to do. I do. I was just one of those that was hands-on when it came to my family member. I was 100% hands-on. What's going on with my peoples? Are you all right? And the jails did do. Well, I know the New York City jails. I'm sorry again. The New York City jails did free phone calls throughout the whole COVID. They gave them a certain amount of stamps to write home or write people that they knew throughout the COVID. So on my end, like I said, I think Bedford Hills, I don't know about no other jail, but Bedford Hills did wonderful throughout the COVID for those inmates. Like I said, I will see if my daughter has any stories that she can tell me about anything that was going on that she thought was negative. I think she would have told me by now, though. But other than that, I think they did a pretty good job on keeping their people safe. But like I said, that's at Bedford Hills. I don't know what went on at the rest of the jails. So I'm going to start doing my research to help this company a little bit. And I referred them to Meek, maybe some things that he may know or things that he could help them with. They talk about like the ins and outs of being in jail and what they could have done and what they couldn't have done to help the people, especially being that he's been an inmate before and know the procedures of what the jails would do or could have done to help these people not go through what they was going through in there. That's pretty much all I can say. But I will help them with some email blasts. I might put a few posts on social media just to get the information out to New York City, because there is people in New York that constantly go to my page, constantly go to the New York City page and read what's going on, So yeah, I will help them a little. I can't promise a lot because, like I said, I'm working and trying to do school and other things, but I will try to help them as much as I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sleepy, but I gotta get off of here. And I might talk to y'all in the morning, depending on how I'm feeling and doing. I might get on and do a little short podcast. So I just want to say good night to you all. Once again, this is Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, Jacqueline Richardson, whatever y'all call me. And y'all all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night.